Y'all know what time it is. We are back with a trailer reaction to Basketball Wives Season 10. The mid-season trailer has come out for Season 10B. First of all, let me just say this. I am so over these mid-seasons that OWN and VH1 be doing. Like, I love y'all because y'all give us content. Trust and believe I do. But at the end of the day, what I don't like is these 10B, 10, mids. I don't know what you call it. But what it really ultimately boils down to is having an almost what it could be, what, 4 months to a year long break in between when we last saw the ladies. It's probably been about maybe like 6, 7, 8 months since we last saw the Basketball Wives ladies, and now they're back. And it's just like y'all could have gave us a reunion after that first half of the season, but now what that means is, I think for VH1, they was like, oh well, we'll actually, this is what we'll do. This is what I think happened. They said, okay, and I wonder how this works for contracts. Are they saying, okay, well, we're ordering 20 episodes of this show, but we're only going to pay y'all X amount for the show, right? Because typically, if you go from season to season, cast members be expecting a pay jump. But now we can maximize the getting the least out of you for this amount of pay for this one season, but we're gonna break up the season into 2 parts, and we're gonna have all these episodes, and now we ain't got to pay you. I think I just figured that out, y'all. I think I just figured it out. So before we get into it, let's
to
discuss.
Rich
You know, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull it up without interrupting the flow. Okay,
to the
before we dial into that, let's discuss what we actually got from the trailer. All right. And I want to go through the press release first that was sent out. And this is from Gossip. So I'll put the link down in the description down below. But the release says this. Okay. The show will obviously be back on Monday, February 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it goes through the lineup. So obviously, Angel Brinks is returning, Brandi Maxiel, uh, British Williams, Brooke Bailey, DJ Duffey, Jackie, of course, Jennifer Williams, Malaysia Pargo, and I don't think we're gonna have any friends of that sort this season. Um, but the press release reads, loyalty runs deep amongst the group, but even the strongest friendships face obstacles, navigating life, love, relationships, conflicts, and everything in between, putting their bonds to the test. And when cracks and fractures begin to appear, will their dream team soon become a nightmare? The ladies soon realize that they have to rely on themselves and each other if there's any chance of winning this game. That's a very generic statement, nothing specific, but that's why we're here to go through the specifics. So let's take a look. All right. So we got all the ladies, obviously, the little intro that we go through. Everybody's returning, giving us a little glamour shot. We get Jackie and Malaysia toasting, and we got a lot of ladies toasting. All right. So we get this whole Monday nights thing. And we get, of course, the ladies, having a little fun in the sun. Got to have the little montage shots. Everybody's clinking their glasses, looking good, kind of like, giving us the setup for the alley oop, before we get into the drama. We got Jennifer and Jelani. Now, the question is, is there a proposal on the table from Jelani? See, here's the thing. I gotta be real with y'all. I was kind of like, is this relationship between Jennifer and Jelani real? I do. I question everything. A lot of y'all have been mentioning, we talked a lot about this you guys have talked a lot about it after we did the Robin and Juan video. A lot of you guys were like, is this a Yandy and Mandisi situation where they get married but ain't really married? You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, with the Robin and Juan thing, I kind of took it at face value. Oh, they got married, really for her to fulfill the commitment that she had made on the show. But that really, I get the sense that that's not really what they wanted to do. But anyway, I digress. So I always look at some of these relationships when they be set up on some of these shows, because they be talking about all the time about how scripted, not really scripted, but how like fake the show is or whatever. And so I'd be wondering, like, with cast members saying the stuff is fake, like, do these romances be real? You know? So I did wonder that. I'm sorry, VH1. I'm sorry, y'all. So we see that they're still together doing their thing, that thug thizzle, okay? So we get
still facing federal fraud charges. I could go to jail. My husband.
All right. So British, that whole situation is still ongoing. You see her with the ankle monitor. Brooke has some issues with her husband.
Broke our whole family apart. To say.
So I'm not sure, was there some cheating? I got to go back and look at the archives of news because it's been so long, I don't remember.
I'm not okay. It's really hard.
Is it me, or does it feel like Angel is always crying? I don't know. I like Angel as a businesswoman, but sometimes I be feeling like, girl, you got a lot of drama. And why? Okay. You got a lot of drama. You got a lot of money.
Shots will be thrown.
How you want to be my husband, but I express something to you and you're just so quick to dismiss it.
All right. So we still with Duffey and her man, kind of arguing. I don't know if I ever really believed that their situation is all that bad, because they honestly just seem like a happy couple. So sometimes I wonder if, like, are they playing up for the cameras or something like that? Because in my mind, I just feel like, I don't know. Is it just me? I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy this show, but I do question things. I do question things.
You are real about you are going through. We will have compassion for you.
So Jennifer Williams is telling Malaysia, if you were real about what you were going through, we would have compassion for you. So that lends itself to me asking you guys this question. Do y'all feel like maybe we know that Malaysia is going through some things, right? But the question becomes, should she be more open about the things that she's going through? Because here she's telling the group, I'm gonna pull it up and play it.
If I don't invite you in my business, don't be in it.
Oh, you
started some. You are.
All right, so she's saying, if I don't invite you in my business, then don't be in it. It's kind of difficult because you think, when we are going through things in life, as Malaysia is clearly has been going through at least at that point, it is natural to close oneself down. But I also think because you're on a reality TV show, if you're choosing to go that route, then you have to let not only us, but the production and the cast into whatever your situation is, unless you just don't want to be there. And sometimes with Malaysia, the general sense or feeling is she just don't want to be there. Like, she just there to collect a check and be gone. But I could be wrong. I could be reading it wrong.
weirdo. Are you doing this for the cameras?
So Brandi and Duffey are getting into it. Brandi calls her a weirdo, and Duffey asks, "Are you doing this for the cameras?" And Brandy's like, "Turn these cameras off." And I'm like, what could be so, like, that's one of these like BFF bonds that you think is never gonna break. But we also thought the same about Brandi and Malaysia. So who y'all think is the problem? Could it be that Brandi is the problem? I don't know. Let's continue. Let's proceed.
Bounce back.
Is this goodbye forever or just for now?
All right, so we get is this goodbye forever or just for now from the producer, and then we get shots of British and Brooke. So it could be about British and whether or not she's about to go turn herself in. I don't know if I don't know when that's supposed to happen, because I don't really feel like any news has come out about that. But then we also get, this possibility that Brooke could be leaving her husband. And I feel like she did, but I don't know.
Some things can't be fixed.
True.
You ain't never.
So we see a proposal, a marry me. Now, is that for Jennifer or is that for Angel and Rockstar? And of course, they got to do some damage at one of these little break the bottles and glass and furniture places. Every show seems to want to do that these days. So that looks like Brandi and Duffey. I'm sure that they've made up from that, whatever that little tiff they had was. Now, see this right here, I'm trying to figure out who is Jackie arguing with. It looks like it's Jennifer because the person is so tall, and that looks like something Jennifer would wear, right? So they getting into it, and then they shut the door. So let's go back. We don't really hear what's happening, right? So take things a step further, and then you will hear Jennifer say this.
I'm bringing all the fire.
Now, when have we known Jennifer to bring some fire? Jennifer, that's funny to me because I love Jennifer. She's gorgeous, right? But she ain't really, she said, since you want all the smoke, I'm bringing all the fire. And I'm like, when have we ever seen Jennifer Williams bring some fire to this show? When? We ain't seen it. Jennifer, you so silly. We love you though. But it's kind of like you got to know your role. You know what I'm saying? But maybe she's stepping into a new role. We'll have to wait and see. Will you guys be watching Basketball Wives along with us as we will, of course, be reviewing it? Basketball Wives does come back to VH1 February 13th at 8 p.m. That is a Monday. So be sure to tap in, tune in, and be turned on so that you can watch our reviews on Tuesday. With that being said, I will catch you in the next